Hey there, it's Mike Langford, and today I want to talk to you about how important it is that you make people feel comfortable in your business, or at least avoid making them feel uncomfortable in your business. And I'm talking about all the people that come in contact with you and your business, right? We're talking clients, prospects, referral partners, vendors, people who sell to your business and that you rely on to supply your business with goods and services, right? And also employees, people who kind of do the work and make the thing run, making sure that everybody feels some level of comfort, or at least they're not feeling like this is really uncomfortable, right? And you may think that some of this is a little PC, right? That everybody should get over themselves and stop looking for ways to feel uncomfortable. But the reality is that's not the world you live in right now in 2018 and beyond. People have choices with who they do business with who they send business to, and if they were talking about referrals, and they have choices of who they sell to, right? And they have choices of who they decide to work for. So you want to make sure that everybody has some level of comfort with you, the business, and just the general situation that they're in. And that extends to a lot of different facets of your business. I mean, I visit a lot of wealth management firms, and one of the things that the really good ones are doing is that office space is really comfortable, right? There's comfy chairs. Instead of meeting in a stiff office where there's no windows and it's just you sitting across the desk from the all-powerful financial advisor, you're sitting in a comfy room with a coffee table and leather chairs and everything. Like, this is great. And the first thing that happens when you walk in the door is somebody comes up and hands you a bottle of water or offers you some coffee or something. They're there to make you feel comfortable. They're almost taking a hospitality approach to the experience. And that's a great way to make sure that your prospect, the client, and referral partners feeling comfortable. They even do it for their vendors, right? Because I'm a vendor, right? I'm walking into a financial firm. FinServ Marketing is a marketing firm for financial services firms. So if I walk in there and they're treating me that way, imagine how good they're treating their customers, right? So that's on the awesome side of making people feel comfortable. On the negative side, though, are little things that can make somebody feel uncomfortable, like the content that you share on social media or via your newsletter or whatever. My general thing is, if your content is designed to make somebody feel guilty or point a finger at them and tell them they're doing something wrong, you're making them feel uncomfortable. Now, I know there's a school of business that's that kind of that challenge sale, like, hey, I'm going to challenge you to be your best, right? So I'm going to put it out there and tell you you're doing something wrong. And I get it. There is a place for that. But in the real world, when people have so many choices of basically the same products and services, right? The same stocks, bonds, mutual funds, the same types of accounts are available at every wealth management firm. You don't have the luxury of just making somebody feel uncomfortable because you can't think of a better way to market to them, to make them feel like, hey, with us, things are possible. That goal that you want to achieve, we can work on that together. Instead of saying, hey, you're never going to achieve your goals if you don't change your behavior. You got to make them feel comfortable. Now, I thought of a really easy analogy, right, or example to share with you. And I was reading an article last week, and it was about, are you making your customers feel uncomfortable with these new Square tablets? You ever walk into a restaurant now, and when you order, instead of them just swiping the card and handing you the receipt to sign, right, they have one of those Square tablets. It's an iPad, and once you enter in your payment, they ask you to enter the tip and then sign on the tablet. But suddenly it's really awkward, right? Because normally in the old days, when you were presented with the option to tip, it was kind of like, not only was it voluntary, it was a little bit of a private contract. Like, am I going to write a tip on this? But when somebody hands a tablet to you in which you have to hit 0, 5%, 10%, 20%, right? Whatever it is, or custom tip, suddenly you're on the spot in front of the person. Oh, by the way, who's just manning a cash register? And now you're in a position where they're asking you to tip. And tips, by the way, stands for to ensure proper service. Well, now I'm really uncomfortable. Like, what service am I getting for my tip? Are you just taking an order, and who's getting the tip? And all that type of stuff goes through your head. And is somebody behind me looking over my shoulder and seeing how much I'm hitting here? This is really weird for me, right? Because, look, for the longest time, when you ordered at the counter, you didn't tip. You just ordered at the counter, right? And picked up your sandwich and left. Now they're asking you for a 20% tip for ordering your sandwich. And the question goes through your head also, like, Why aren't these people paying their employees a living wage? Why is it my responsibility now to pay the cashier? There's all sorts of thoughts go through your head. That's an example of feeling really uncomfortable. Now, I know it's outside of the financial, experience or the wealth management business, but think of all the things that go on in your business. Booking a meeting with you, how comfortable is it to do? How easy is it to do? Is it the type of thing that people like to do now, right? As an example, a lot of people don't like to pick up the phone and call to make an appointment and then to check email back and forth through the calendars. There are calendaring apps that you can put on your website now, really super simple. It allows somebody to go to your website, book a meeting, up comes a calendar, and they can choose a time frame that works with their calendar. Super easy, comfortable. They can do it in the privacy of their own home. They don't have to sit there and talk to a secretary for a while to figure out, what's a good time. Having the ability to fill out some forms in private and not in a waiting room. Right? You can do that, online forms. Lots of little things like that are starting to make the client feel a little more comfortable, a little more engaged with you. So keep that in mind. Avoid making people feel uncomfortable in your marketing, in your experience, and it's going to work out much better for you in the future, okay? Hopefully this is helpful. I look forward to getting more of these topics with you. This topic actually, like I said, came to mind today with a client meeting, so I'm really excited that I got this one. So keep them coming, all right? Looking forward to talking to you this week, more, all right? Talk to you soon. Bye.